Does OCD make you wonder, did I miss something? You are not alone. We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist. I make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk to you about a very common OCD issue that often people don't realize is OCD. And that's that feeling, did I miss something? And this can show up in a lot of different ways. It can show up like when you're reading, and I did a whole YouTube video on this. Did I miss something when I read that line? Did I miss something when I read that paragraph? Did I miss something when I read that chapter? And the core fear around did I miss something can be different for each one of you. It might be a feeling of incompleteness. That's a very common OCD upsetting feeling, not fear, right? It just feels incomplete. And so it doesn't feel just right. So I need to read that again. But for others of you, you might have things like moral OCD or magical thinking. And so you might say, I'm supposed to read a chapter, but I don't think I read that chapter because I think I didn't fully understand that sentence, or I think that maybe I skipped a line, or I think that maybe I was lying, or I didn't understand that word, so I didn't really read it, so I need to reread it. So the why in this compulsion is different for each one of you, but the compulsions are all the same. Did I miss something, right? And this can show up in other areas other than reading. You might have to watch and rewatch. I've had people comment, I've had to rewatch your video over and over, or this video took me 30 minutes to watch because I had to keep watching it over and over. That's not fun. Don't do that with this video. OCD's like, what? Rewatching over and over could be for different reasons as well. Maybe I was told to watch a video and I feel like I didn't fully get it. Or maybe there's a feeling of incompleteness around it. Or maybe you feel like if I don't watch it or I don't reread it, something bad will happen. That's magical thinking. I did a whole YouTube video on that as well. And so again, with the reading and the rewatching, the why might be different for each one of you, but the action's the same. Did I miss something? Let me rewatch it. Let me reread it. Or let me re-ask it. This is the third one that I see showing up a lot. People are talking or they're talking to me. Did I fully understand what they were saying? Let me ask them to repeat themselves. Let me ask clarifying questions. Wait, did you want me to go over here? Wait, you said you really like that? And that can actually annoy people if they don't realize that it's OCD. It happens in my house. My son does that a lot, to the point where finally we realized, that's his OCD and not him just fully not understanding what we are saying. He also rereads, and so that makes sense that that's kind of how his OCD is showing up. And so you might ask people that are talking to you to repeat themselves. You might ask questions. You might hear other people talking. You don't want to miss something. And so you might also ask what they're talking about. That happens in our house a lot. Or you may fully not completely understand the joke or the point they're making, even though you do, but OCD says, but do you? Or did you miss something? And so you have to ask over and over again. So what do you do with these things? Well, I don't want you to get hung up on themes, because how we approach any intrusive thought, feeling, fear, or image is the same. We play offense and defense. I did a whole YouTube video on that, right? So when OCD is bothering us, it wants us to do something or avoid something. So the first step is always to ask, what does OCD want me to do in this moment? Because most of the time, it's not what you want to do. And so OCD in this moment is saying, reread, rewatch, re-ask, ask again, right? It's to redo, do it again, do it again. And so on a very simple level, you want to develop your muscles to handle the discomfort of not doing it again. And so maybe you delay rereading or rewatching, or maybe you come up with an amount of time that you will do it, and then you try to decrease the amount every single time. You don't have to take giant steps. So you don't have to say, okay, I'm not going to reread, or I'm not going to rewatch, or I'm not going to re-ask. Sometimes that's way too hard. Now, if you can do that, that's amazing and awesome. But for a lot of us, we have to take smaller steps, and that's okay. Small steps lead to big change. And so you might say, can I delay rereading, rewatching, or re-asking this? And for how long can I delay? Or you might ask, can I only reread or rewatch or re-ask this amount of times? And I'm going to reduce it over time. And then you get it smaller and smaller and smaller until you're not doing what OCD wants, which is to repeat, rinse, repeat, and repeat again. And that's not fun because that wastes your time, right? I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to find the sparkle in everything you do. I'll talk to you again next Thursday. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified because I'll be back here next week. Take care.